I would like to say hi to friends from different platforms. And of course, if you could join us on the X Spaces, that would be great, because over here you are going to directly see the speakers handles, X handles over here, and you can give them a follow. And once again, thank you so all for joining today's event. I'm Moonlight, I'll be your host. We're going to explore the journey of the token CHIB or CHIB, and this is a very special token because it is inspired by the Chiba-Wan rescue of Kabosu. And of course, I know that since we have audience from different platforms, right, and also from different community, so a lot of us might not really know about the story, right, the origin behind the scenes. And that is why we would like to invite our guest speakers to introduce yourself and introduce the project, as also tell us the original story behind the token CHIB. Thank you so much. How about first, let's invite our official handle to introduce yourself and introducing the community to us. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon from the UK. Hi, Moonlight. Different, it's good to see you up here, buddy. So Chiba is based on Chiba-Wan, which is the Japanese animal shelter rescue that's notorious for rescuing, like you said, Kabosu. Now, some people may have heard of Kabosu before. Others may know her as Doge. Okay, so Kabosu and Doge are one of the same. So when Chiba-Wan rescued Kabosu and her siblings, they named her at the animal shelter Kabosu because Kabosu, her face was round like the fruit. Okay, so that is where Kabosu's name came from. It was originated from the Chiba-Wan animal shelter. Now, you may have heard of one of her other siblings as well, being Nero. We believe Nero was originally named Azumi as well by the animal shelter. So we're talking about the actual origin story of Doge and Nero, in essence. Okay, so all roads lead back to Chiba. If it weren't for the Chiba-Wan organization, we would not have Kabosu. We wouldn't have the likes of the Doges, the Neros. In fact, would we have a dog meta? I'm not sure. Obviously, Doge, CHIB, the Doge killer came out. Nero's obviously pumping. So yeah, I like to think that CHIB sits very nicely as a ticker in between the giants. And as we know, everyone's looking for the next golden ticket or the golden ticker. So that's a little bit about the origin story. I will pin something up on the top. So we've had some videos. We've had one made by a content creator, and we've also recently just had one of our community members post something out on the community TikTok, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'll pin both of those so you can all get an understanding of the origin story. That's me. I'm going to hand it over to Different, who is our community leader and hoster, expert extraordinaire.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Moonlight for obviously hosting the space for us and giving us some time to really get the messaging out there, because not a lot of people are privy to this narrative and really have their thinking caps on as to how the most successful meme coin was started, that being Kabosu, that being Doge, as you guys know. So everybody knows dog meta in this space is just king at this point. You guys got Doge, you got CHIB, you got Floki, some of the biggest blue chip meme coins that are dog metas. But what's special to me about this, and if I haven't introduced myself, I apologize. I'm just so used to doing these TGVCs and spaces with the community, because we're just so consistent every single day with having daily TGVCs. I call them power hours. We just check in with each other. We give each other breadcrumbs and stuff. But my name's Different. I've been in part of this project since the inception of it when it launched a little over 2.5 months ago, and I've been leading all the TGVC spaces and X spaces that we've been having. And the voice you hear about, behind Chib, I won't mention his name, but he's been with me, and we've been coercing together on getting this community really educated because. At the core, this project is really just spoken for on a whale and collective level, team development level. Everybody here is super confident in this narrative, so really we're just getting the narrative out there in the education aspect and letting people know what they're holding is gold. So yeah, I mean, just to follow up on what the chip account is saying, a lot of people are still not privy to the narrative and us being representing or having this inspiration from the Chiba-Wan organization. To me, it's a timeless narrative, and to me, it just speaks longevity. So that's why I'm really I don't like to use the word bullish because it's overly used in this space, but I am absolutely bullish on this project and have been since inception. And what has transpired in the last 2.5 months reminds me of some of the biggest blue chip meme projects out there that have sustained themselves, like Doge, like CHIB, even like Pepe. Just cult-like communities getting together, formulating, educating the space on narrative, right? Buying up the floor, distributing. I mean, if you look at all angles and aspects of this project, it just speaks alpha. I mean, if you look at our holders, over 2,000 holders as of now at this current market cap, it was at around 1,000 a few we'ks ago. So we've been increasing in these spaces that we've been hosting and having in partnership, especially like with today, is really just to get the awareness out because this project is going to be successful no matter what. If I'm here, if the voice behind Chib is here, if numerous amounts of community members were here or not, this project is going to be successful. But we've banded together and are working with the team and developer. And just so you guys know, this is not a CTO, right? But the community is moving like it is. We're working side by side with the team, with the developers, really putting our thinking caps on here to see how we can keep legging up before we absolutely send in this space. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you again, Moonlight, and thank you so much to the Chip account for joining us and being here with us because without all the community members here supporting us, we would not have obviously hyperbolically put together what we have thus far in this project, from the market cap to the X account following to the partnerships we solidified. So everybody on the back end is super happy. Everybody on the forefront is super happy, and we're grinding day in, day out to make sure people know what the Chiba-Wan organization is, and more specifically, what our Chib community is about. So appreciate the time, and I'll pass the mic back over to you.
Nice. Thank you so much, dear friend, and also to our Chiba official handle over here for sharing the story, right? And the great narrative. So, friends, this is a comedy that really, really well work together, right? To make things happen. And we'd like to learn some of the status or important milestones that you would like to share with us with the community. Right now, I could see that we have over 700 live audience on the X Spaces. I'm also going to check our status over here on Binance Live as well. And once again, everyone, if you are listening on Binance Live, feel free to join us on X Spaces because over here you could clearly see the team, the community, they are here. Join them and discover more about these special story, right? Chiba. And this is definitely, yeah, very, very important original one. And now, can you share some important milestones while you are building the community and the project? Thank you so much.
Yeah, Chib, do you want me to take this one?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So important milestones, for us as a community, obviously people are always looking at the market cap as a milestone. I mean, if you think about all-time highs, we haven't even pumped all the Valhalla yet. I mean, all-time high for us was around 4.6 mil, which is cute. And I say cute because, if you've been through a bull cycle, then 4.6 is pretty much starting grounds for anything. Even 5 mil to 10 mil area during the bull run is a very enticing area for people to start really, whaling in. So, you know, I would say that's a small milestone for us, having an all-time high like that. But I think the bigger milestone, uh, as far as market cap goes, is the support levels that we've had around the 700 to mil range. We're just assimilating, our core group, getting our thinking caps on, and really just getting ready to send to the next level. So next milestone after that is just the distribution. If you look at our holder count, it being over 2,000 and looking how that's spread across the first 1,000 wallets. I mean, top 50 goes from either a 2% to down to a 0.5% top 50, and we really, really, I wouldn't even use the word diluted. I would just keep using that word distribution. The distribution has just been spreading further and further out. And if you don't know that, Vitalik is actually one of our top holders as well, holding 2%, and he hasn't even sold yet. So those milestones are pretty cool to me. But I more look at the other milestones that we've had. We've had partnerships with GameNess. We've had Bilaxi list us in the first couple weeks. These are smaller exchanges, but they do volume, and they listed by themselves, and they bought their own supply. So we're really proud of just being organic, and I think every milestone that we have hit thus far has been done that way, and I think that's something to be proud of. Otherwise than that, other milestones that we have in the pipeline are yet to be announced. But we're moving really calculated at this point. I like to really put that analogy of playing chess rather than checkers, and I feel like everybody in this community has been assimilated well enough to know what is going on. I think the last thing I'll mention milestone wise is our admin list has just grown. With the beginnings of our launch to the first couple of weeks, we maybe had like 3 or 4 mods, and then we obviously had the team and myself and some other community members. But as time has moved by, and you guys know how hyperbolic of a chamber this is, 2.5 months in this space feels like 2 years. But our admin list has grown from 3 or 4 mods now to like over 15, 20 people, community wise, stepping up and getting tagged. And the rating and shilling has just been nonstop in our Telegram. You guys know that consistency is king in this space for the attention economy that this calls for. So we have rating and shilling 24/7. There's someone always in the Telegram answering questions, and just being active. Positive sentiment is something that I think people lack thereof and don't talk too much about in this space. But you enter a Telegram, and there's so many people there to answer any questions. So hopefully that answers some of the milestones. And if you want to follow up on anything else, Chib, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah, I think I'll kind of just go on about the community. Now, guys and girls, I'm not one of the devs. I am a community member, okay, with a complete conviction play in CHIB, okay. It's the only meme project that I'm holding at the moment. I got in from day one. I liked what I saw straight off, and I wanted to get involved. I've been active in the Telegram. I've been actively speaking about CHIB in various different spaces, networking with others. And I just reached out to the team and said, look, guys, I want to be involved more. I'd like to, help push this. And they said, look, we'll trust in you, and we'll give you the details, and you can use the main X account. So that's what it's become like for CHIB. So we've kind of assimilated this family of people. We don't have to wake up in the morning and check the phone and see if the chart's still there or if it's bottomed out. We don't have to deal with the when. If we want something done, we get it done ourselves, and that's the power of community. People ask about different kind of utilities for memes, and is there a utility? And it's just like, well, yeah, the community is your utility. We've got absolutely bullish community members. We've got our floor that's in is because of the community members. We hold the floor. No one's selling, and if they do, that's just people coming in, doing their little bit, getting a few, a McDonald's out of it, and then going away and chasing the next thing. So what I love is the team in the background. If I say to them, look, obviously Moonlight, I spoke to yourself, and I'll go back to the team and go, hey guys, I want to work with this person, and they're like, okay, let's do it. and then we get it done. Okay, so they're working in the background. There are other things, as different just said, and I'm kind of helping where I can. But ultimately, it's not for me to drop anything until it's done. Okay, but there are other things happening in the background. But I just want to give out a massive shout out to our community. I've been in many telegrams. A lot of them end up becoming quite toxic, and we've just got such a good vibe in here. The community members have pure conviction in this play, like I do, um, and that's what makes a project, and that's what makes a brand successful. You know, the people around you, the people supporting you, and come on, like look at the narrative. It is not a current meta, okay? It's not like, Tomato Man that's here today, that's gone tomorrow, okay? And then it's a different vegetable, it's celery man. This is a timeless narrative, right? Chiba-Wan, facts, are an organization still going today, rescuing cats and dogs. They were the ones that rescued Doge and Nero. Okay, facts. It's all there. Go on, own the Doge. Have a look. Check facts yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Go and do your research. But you'll find exactly that is the fact. A timeless narrative, a community with conviction, and a team working in the background. I'm just going to leave it at that, guys.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And Chip, I like the way that you say like you in fact are not one of the devs, right? You are also a community member. This is very, very important. And thank you for letting us know about that. Well, we know there are a lot of, well, I would say a lot of hard works, right? A lot of time need to spend in order to build a very strong committee like Chip over here. So I would like to ask, can you share some challenges or rewarding moments along the way, right, in the journey to see right now I could see a lot of the community members, they actually help to repost the space event, right, and also post messages over here to support. So if you could share some rewarding stories behind the scene or some challenges that you hope that you could overcome or you could conquer, that would be great, because I believe some people from different communities, right? If they are listening, they are also curious about that. And also we have people might attract them to join the CHIB community as well to build together. That's really important. Thank you.
Yeah, I can kick that one off. Honestly, I don't see any challenges other than the overall market, and the sentiment behind there. But even then, though, I feel like we are creating our own sentiment within CHIB. So if you think about the process of how beginnings start in this space and how things are traded, you'll see that nobody is above the process, no project is above the process, and we're following along those lines. So I really don't see the challenges thereof with the CHIB community. We're doing really well, and I foresee us continuing to do well in that regard. But I think the thing that I'm most proud of with this community is just how the resilience of how we've stood up to the overall market standards and the swings and everything else. And we're just handling things day by day. If you want to follow up on anything, Chip, you're more than welcome to.
That's amazing. And friends, it's very easy to find where the community is. You just follow the official handle Cheap over here, and then you are going to see here is the link, right, to the Telegram group and join them. While I see already got a lot of subscribers to receive information from the official handle, and also join, yeah, the space event to learn more about story. I actually love to watch all the amazing over here the teasers, right, or the short videos that the team have created. Who are the artists behind the scenes? Can you let us know about that? And this is definitely a very, I would say, creative and high quality group of community members, because lots of great memes were being pushed out on a daily basis. How did you like, how much time do you spend on those artworks? Thank you.
Well, firstly, we don't sleep. No, we do. We do. So we have a partnership with 9F Studio, who make fantastic art. You know, they'll bring something alive if you can give them the correct information. You know, and that they'll make that vision come to life. Um, so the jumbotron, the first one at the top, is made by those guys, and then if you flick over, so who doesn't love an origin story, right? That was actually made by one of our community members for our community TikTok account. It's not an official TikTok account, guys, but it is our community one, and it is handled by two of our admin. Okay, um, the memes we've got again. There's so many people that can join communities, and I'll go back to this. It's the people that say when. Okay, but actually, what about how we just do it? So let's just do it ourselves. Let's start doing some art. Okay, let's make some memes. Now, every individual has a certain skill set, right? I'm happy talking, I'm happy doing sales, I'm happy doing networking. I can't make art, okay, but other people can. Okay, so when you've got various a group of people in a telegram, you start finding out once we're all kind of together and it becomes that kind of family. You start seeing that actually all of these people have something really special to offer, and that's where it comes from. We've got various community members making videos, memes, artwork. We've got an admin that does a lot of the memes as well. You know, so we've got everything that we need content wise. We've got pages full of content. You know, we haven't even had to do a meme competition yet. We've got hundreds and hundreds of different memes, and they're just still being done now by different people. So again, it's people stepping up, right? Um, and we see the hard work. So the team have seen the hard work from various community members, and now tagged them up as the Chiba-Wan army, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're spreading the words and the narrative out there to the likes of X and other socials. So that's where our art's coming from. But also in the background, again, if we do need official content, then we've got our partnerships in place. I hope that answers that.
Nice. Thank you so much. And everyone, if you haven't watched any of the great short videos, be sure to do so. They are just so cute. And a lot of time it really made my day, right? Humorous videos, and that's something that we all need. Once again, thank you, Chip, for answering that. And also, um, different, if you wanted to add any information in terms of the, yeah, community create artwork, feel free to share your views with us as well. Thank you.
No, they're awesome. And sorry, I had to switch my microphone here because it was just failing on me. Um, I'm really impressed by the dedication of the community from inception of this project with the artwork and the relativity of that artwork. I do want to shout out a special member, which is Habibi. I'm not sure if he's in the crowd, but since the start, folks like Habibi have been putting together a lot of artwork and a lot of relative artwork as to what's going on in the current market or what's going on in the current world, and creating memes behind that, including CHIB. So it just lets how forward facing our community is with tackling a lot of the marketing ourselves, and nobody really waits in this community. Like, there's a lot of initiative that's getting taken by our community, and I think that's what I enjoy the most about the artwork and everything else that's just put out. Like, if everybody says, like, when marketing, like, the community is the marketing. Like, we're here, we're the marketing before the marketing even begins. And I think that's a beautiful, excuse me, synergy to have with the team and with this project. So that's my add-on.
Exactly. And I also wanted to say that a lot of times those artwork are actually a great way to move, well, to actually being shared, right? Repost or, yeah, retweeted to different platforms or to different communities and let more people learn about the project, which is really, really important. That's why we say meme tokens. A lot of times we look at the artwork and how far away that is sprayed to, right? And once again, we wanted to invite our Bindside audience to join the space as well. I also see that the event banner is being featured on the very top of the front page of Binance Live. And well, of course, we especially designed this banner, right, using the very cute Chiba dogs over here, right? So we want to share the original story and we want to hear from the CHIB community over here as well. Friends, be sure to come and give them a follow. The next discussion topic we would like to talk about is, of course, future plans or some predictions. What's next for CHIB? And can you share any upcoming plans or predictions for the project's future with our audience? Thank you.
If you want to take that, Chib, give me 1 second.
Yeah, so upcoming plans. We're looking to do more X spaces. Now, we do a lot of VCs inside the Telegram, but obviously you've only got your community there, which is great for updates. So we will always update the community first and foremost. So we're looking to do more AMAs like with yourself, Moonlight. You know, it's kind of getting the narrative out there. We've got the community, we've got everything in place that we now need to, but now it's getting the story out there. You'll be surprised how many people don't even know who Kabosu is. And if they don't know who Kabosu is, then how are they going to understand that Chiba-Wan are the organization that rescued them, and that that in turn is Doge, and also you've got Nero. People are not going to understand it, so it's all about getting the narrative out there. Now, real OGs in the place will understand that Kabosu is Doge, and they'll understand that it was from an animal shelter before obviously being adopted. So Doge being adopted, and then obviously Nero being adopted. So it's all about getting the narrative out there. We've been very fortunate with the people that we've had surrounding us within the project. Some big names. You've obviously got Dogecoin Rise, who's the ambassador. If anyone knows who he is, he's an absolute legend and a huge whale within the Doge community. Recently, we've had a Flocky whale come into us. We've certainly got some Nero holders. I'm not sure. I'm sure we had CHIB. I'm not sure if they're holding at the moment, but we had CHIB wallet came in. And we've got some friendly whales here, guys, which is also great. And we was actually in the doing a Telegram VC with one of the whales yesterday. They kind of just popped up, and they've been buying up supply. And he just said, look, guys, I'm going to ape loads more when we're at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million, which is great. That's a good whale, guys. They're not looking to kind of just pump up the chart and then just kind of dump it down. It's not fair on the community. Plans are to bring like that. So it's plans to bring in the right people into the project. So big names that are able to hold because they know about the narrative, they understand the narrative, and they understand how important that is. All you need to do is look at the likes of Doge and Nero, look at their market caps, look at ours. We're sub 1 million right now, and just do the math yourselves. We have, as I said, we have got some other things lined up. I'm still in discussions and helping out the team with something. And it's getting for me, it's getting some names in there that want to long-term partner up with us. Now, anyone can spend money and get a call. All that's going to create is a ×2 for people before they exit. They just bring their community with them, and it will be a nice pump, and then it will just dump down. We don't need that. We certainly don't want that. What we want are community members, ones that are actually here for the long haul, ones that want to be part of something special, part of the origin story, a part of the timeless narrative, and a part of crypto history. That's what we want. So it's getting the right people in to partner up for long term. So there will be more updates coming. We have got another space later on as well. So if you're following the the Chiba account, you'll be able to pop into that, because what we do, we talk about the Doge law and the ecosystem around it. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Different. Over to you.
No, I just reiterate everything that you say. I mean, there's nothing that you haven't covered that I want to agree on. Everything has just been set up perfectly here. Chip, I do have to jump off. I'm sorry for the back and forth. I'm going to leave it to you to keep on keeping on. But I think my final words here before I jump off is that I really do appreciate the community and how you guys are showing up and keep doing that. And we're going to send absolutely to Valhalla. I mean, this narrative is so timeless, and people are just not privy yet to all of what we are, and they will be. It really gives me the vibes of early Doge and CHIB and Floki, just how we're coming together, working together, educating the space, and really just getting things set up appropriately for us to send a higher level. So really appreciate you guys every single day for showing up and showing out, and let's continue to keep working. We are just getting started as a project. So appreciate you, Moonlight, and I'll leave it up to CHIB to finish everything off. And I really, really appreciate your time letting us come up here and speak on your platform.
Sure. Thank you so much. And thank you, Different, for spending time with us. I actually do have receiving some questions from the audience. And so, yeah, some of them actually Chip or Different already answered. So we're going to skip, like, for example, yeah, people are also curious about the initial development, right? Any challenges and how you overcome them, the stories, yeah, behind the scenes. And let me see. Over here, this is a good one. So, Chip, can you share some details regarding the unique utilities of chip, or any plans that how you are going to integrating the chip token with different projects? Thank you.
Okay, so yes, there is partnerships in place already. I can't give out any more details at the moment. It's not done yet. It's certainly not something that I can go, yeah, we're going to do this. There is someone that we've partnered up with, that is based around a utility, for our project on their platform. That's all I'm going to say at the moment. It'd be unfair for me to kind of, it's as I said, I'm not the devs. Okay, I'm not the team behind the token. I'm a community leader that's given the Chiba account on the X Spaces a voice. I am privy to some information, but it's definitely not my place to say. All I would say is, if you join the Telegram, you'll be notified of when it happens. They don't tend to just come in the Telegram and go, "Oh, by the way, we might be doing this, or we're thinking of doing this." We don't even know until they come in and go, "Hi guys, here you go, hit that," and it's just like, "Oh wow, they've just brought out some really bullish news." So yes, there is something coming up, and I'll leave it at that.
Nice. Thank you so much. So, well, my suggestion is I continue to follow the original chip over here at X handle. So you are going to get more updates. And yeah, another one also regarding partnerships, right? So, well, later, just like what we mentioned, right? Continue to follow. Let me scroll down to see over here. Okay, this is a good one. What are the strategies that in place to ensure the sustainability of chips ecosystem? Because as we know that, just like you mentioned, right, a lot of other meme tokens, they are just pump and dump, right? So how does the chip committee do to make this project sustainable? Thank you.
Okay, so this will go back to the narrative. It will go back to reaching out into different spaces, educating people. Again, this the origin story. It's not widely known, but it's starting to become known. We've seen people, some big name profile people, talking about it more so, interacting with us. For sustainability on that, we have got some spaces that we do with another two projects that actually come feedback into Chiba-Wan organization. They are the original names for two of the dogs that were actually rescued and homed for a while at the shelter and actually named. So we do a space with those guys, as I said, around the Doge Law ecosystem, and that kind of space is where we would invite other projects in. So it's not about competition on that. It's purely a collaboration to kind of educate people all over X, and other socials about the Doge Law and where it all started, how it all started, and where that led up to. Obviously, we know where that led up to because we've got Doge out there. Okay. So for us, it's holding our floor, as I said. So we've got our floor in. That's the community holding their tokens with conviction. Same holders are still adding to their position right now, and there's things in the background that will be activated, but at certain milestones. There is other partnerships that can be activated, but it needs to be done strategically. What we don't want, and none of the community want this, none of the community are in there in the Telegram right now going, when are we going to get to 2 million? When are we going to get to 3 million? When are we going to get? It doesn't happen. It's just teams slowly cooking it, community doing their thing, grinding. And as I said, the community is the best utility, right? So we are day by day just grinding, just working, and slowly but surely things happen, right? I'm here with yourself today, speaking on this. We're on Binance Live streaming. What else could you ask for a Thursday?
Nice. Thank you so much, Chip, for letting us know about that. And well, with a very strong community over here, right? We also believe that the chip ecosystem is going to thrive. And right now, actually, it's this cycle, right? This bull cycle. Meme tokens definitely the very important or the most important narrative, right? So friends, if you are wondering which meme project or meme community to join, considering chip. And next, let me see. I'm going to scroll down to the comment section on both our X Spaces and Binance to find more questions from our audience over here. This is a good one. So, like Chip, you previously mentioned a lot of different ways to ensure the sustainability of the chip ecosystem, right? So, are there any exclusive benefits or features planned for long-term chip token holders? Thank you.
Well, as I've said, I'm not one of the developers of the project, so I won't be privy to that information. So strategically and long term, I'm sure they've got things in place. I don't get given all the information. I am given some information of what's going on currently, to work towards and to kind of help the team in the background. As I said, it is my conviction play, and I've stated to the team that if there's anything that I can do to help, I absolutely will. So again, it goes back down to be given some responsibility, and also with the community members themselves to be given some responsibility for doing a TikTok account for the community and other bits and pieces. For us at the moment, it's purely getting on loads of spaces. It's partnering up with the right people for longevity. So what I mean by that is long-term support. So for instance, let's say we go for a call, yeah? So we're going to get someone in. It can't just be someone that just chucks a quick post out on X or a quick pinned message in their Telegram. What we're looking for and what the team are looking for and looking at are the right people that will constantly be there. People, high profile names that will be wanting to do spaces with us, spaces alongside us, and obviously, talking to their community. So 2 seconds. Sorry, that was just the door going off there. So yeah, I think on that part, it's actually trying to get the right people in for long term.
Nice. Thank you so much. And are there any interactions between the CHIB committee and different projects, just like previously you mentioned, for example, Nero, right? Or other also dog thing project or Dodge, right? Because all of I would say a lot of dog lovers, right? Also interested in collecting different meme tokens? And do you have any plans, or does the community have any plans to have more interactions with different pet meme token projects together? Thank you.
Yes, so that feeds back into our weekly spaces around the Doge law ecosystem. So we've got two projects that we do, and it will be tonight. So it's in. So what's the time now? It's 4:45. So it's 4:45 in the evening here. So at 9 p.m. UTC, there will be a spaces around the Doge law ecosystem, and that's going to be with a project called Aguri and a project called Izumi, who both have roads that lead back to the Chiba-Wan organization, because that's actually where they were. You know, they were also dogs that were rescued. So we do spaces with them. Again, it's trying to educate people around the narrative. So yeah, and we're with that space, we're open to other projects to come up. You know, as again, I'll state it's not competition. It's all about collaborating. And we've got Azumi in the house. Hi, Azumi. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So we want to partner up with as many of the dog tokens that are part of the Doge Law ecosystem. Why not? We can all work together. And also altcoins here, but altcoin season here. But you know, we've still got the meme ball run yet. So we're positioning ourselves very nicely, I feel.
That's very nice. And thank you so much for letting us know about that. And friends, be sure to check out those pin tweets on the top of our space event. I also so much wish that we could share with our Binance Life communities, right? Because right now they are a lot of, let me check. Wow, we have several thousand, actually 4,000 live views over there on Binance Life as well. Yeah, I also want you to come to X Spaces and look at those great artworks. They are very cute, and also I also want to say they are stress relieving, right? To look at very cute Chiba dogs over here and in different videos. So you are going to definitely love it and join the community as well. You are not going to be disappointed because this is a very strong one. Let me check if we have more questions from our audience over here. Okay, here's a new one. So, for new users to get started with CHIB community, do you have any suggestions, or are there any activities within the community regularly for new members to participate as well? Let them feel like, oh, quickly being part of the community. I think this is also very important. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very welcoming space. The Telegram has a lot of different admins in there from different time zones. We get people in all the time, you know, that don't really know. They kind of just find us because they've seen us on a space. They don't necessarily know about the narrative. So we've got different filters in place and different kind of content there to kind of get them up to speed about who Chiba is, what they represent, and you know, and build them in with the community. So yeah, it's a very welcoming place. As I said, you know, I've been to many telegrams in my time in crypto, and I just absolutely love this one. I love it that much that I'm up here with you representing the projects. I don't think you can get anything better than that.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, friends, once you are part of the community, you can represent the CHIP project, right? And you are going to be, well, I would say kind of like we are all ambassadors, right, of the project that we support. So, just, well, bring different, those amazing artworks that created by the community, share with more different platforms, right? And share with two different communities. That would be great to make our voice loud and make us be seen, to be heard. And well, I will say that I believe I have collected a lot of the questions from our community, and try not to repeat any of them because I see a lot of repeated or similar questions, right? Since people are curious about similar topics. And hopefully everyone let's answer all of your questions. And before we wrap up the space event, we would like to once again ask Chip, do you have any additional information like you would like to share with us? Thank you.
Nothing, nothing that springs to mind. Again, there is the spaces with Azumi and Aguru that we're doing on the Doge Law ecosystem. Again, that's at 9 p.m. UTC here on X. If you're following the account, you'll get a notification. If you put notifications on, we will be posting that out shortly. I just didn't want it to have a crossover effect with this one. As I said, just join the Telegram. You'll find such amazing people in there doing such amazing things. There is stuff in the background, and if you're in the Telegram, you'll hear it firsthand. So that's all I'd like to say on that. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. And friends, once again, don't miss the opportunity to follow Chip and join the Telegram group. You are going to find a lot more information. Just like I say, already have a lot of holders, right? So this is a very strong community, and Chip is going to be here to stay. They also have a lot of great plan or partnership that will be announced pretty soon. So be sure to give a follow, like you would not miss it. And once again, want to thanks to our bonus library featuring the space event on the front page. And thank you all for joining us. Especially want to thank Chip and Different for sharing the stories behind the scene. Let us know more about the project. This is a definitely successful event, and we wanted to shout out to our amazing audience for tuning in and ask a lot of thought-provoking questions. Your engagement is actually what make the session or and the community so valuable, right? And until then, take care, keep supporting the CHIB community. And Moonlight, thank you all so much. I'm done speaking.
Thanks, Moonlight. Take care, guys.
See you next time. Thank you.